Today we stopped in one of the big Camino cities, Logroño. While we expected Logroño to be great, we didn't expect the gem that is Viana, which we passed through at about halfway.
It's day 7 of our Camino de Santiago. We are walking from Torres del Rio to Logroño. We think it's about 21 kilometers. So, a much easier day than yesterday where we went almost 30. Today's stage is basically divided into 2 halves. The first half's about 11 and the second half's about 10. So this first half is supposed to have a lot of up and down into Viana. And the second half I think is going to be easier, and that's from Viana to Logroño. We started today at 7:30 because there's nothing between Torres del Rio and Viana, and the hotel didn't start serving breakfast till 6:45, and we were chatting with a couple of pilgrims there, one from Germany, one from California, and we kind of lost track of time. So we started at 7:30, but we don't have as far to go, so we're gonna be fine. Here's how we find our way. Marker arrows. Camino goes this way. This is a bunch of rocks piled up. It's really cool. And some ribbons tied to this tree. Just kind of these little things break the monotony of the trail. You can see the trail's been a lot like this today so far. We've gone 2.5, 2.7, and the trail itself is wonderful. It's moving pretty fast, up and down, but moving fast. We're having some good conversations, but we've only had a few moments of pretty views. Most of it's been like this, where you just see the side of the trail. I love how perfect the lines are in the vineyards. Yeah, very well organized they are. So you got vineyards, and you got olive trees. Just climbed to the top of a big hill where we've gone about 7 kilometers. So there's a sign up here that tells us how far it is to Viana. Hola. 3. Logroño's 11.5.
So it's only 8.5 to
Yeah, that math doesn't add up with what I've seen. Those signs we found are not at all consistent with each other. There'll be as much as 2 kilometers variability from one sign to the next. I think it's closer to 4 kilometers to Viana from here, but that's just according to the app, so who knows. There's Viana in the distance. We've gone 9K. Pretty easy day so far. I think we're through with all the big up and down that was between Torres del Rio and Viana. So we just crested this hill before Viana, and this is very typical of the Camino. Viana's about level with us, but we're gonna do a big downhill and then a big uphill to get to it. That's just kind of how it goes. That's the standard here. The trails today have ranged from wide to this type of thing, which this is fine. It's a little bit cooler, but of course there's not any views. This particular trail is filled with butterflies. The last 2 days we've had a lot of butterflies. Also a lot of other bugs. That's been consistent since day 3. We're doing a little road walking. So far on the French way, we've had short stretches of road walking, but never a long stretch. On the Norte, when we did it last year, there was a lot of road walking. We are entering Viana. This is the clearly outskirts. None too special, but hola. But anyway, we're entering Viana. We've been along a busy road on and off for the last 3K. We're in a bakery, and look at these breads. Amazing. They got the shells, and then this is like a church with 2 pilgrims in the shell. Really awesome.
¿Cómo son esos? Son galletas de nata. Galletas de nata, mantecaos y españoles. Bueno, 2 de cada, ¿vale? Y después también vamos a probar alguna de ahí. Para llevar. Una de esta. Una de esta. What else do you want?
This is $3.88. We should move to Spain.
That is so true. Look at that bag of goodies. $3.88, and we hand selected each one. Oh, yum.
We have like an iced macaroon, a baby chocolate croissant, some sort of like 2 delicious bread things stuffed together with jam.
I think she may have kind of given us a bargain. I'm not sure. But either way, that was awesome.
Más leche. ¿Va bien?
Está bien. Gracias.
Yeah.
So we're in Viana, kind of the center of the old town. And this is an old church that's in ruins right in the middle of the old town. We'd love to know the story of it. It's like missing the roof and half the building. And then we are having a coffee right here in the shade. Here's a further back view of this church ruin in Viana. Molly's digging into her treat. Let me see in the center. So is it like 2 soft cookies with filling and chocolate on top? Nothing to complain about there. We are continuing to make our way through Viana. We've had a really good break in Viana. The suburbs weren't great, but boy, this middle of the town is really nice. And there's a lot of activity here. Some of the town, it's like there's nobody in them. This is the Portal de San Felices. You can see up on that balcony, there's a bunch of shells and stuff. Has cool, really old walls to the old town. The side we entered on didn't have these. But wow, look at that. And I'll bet that's the back of that church that was in ruins that we were looking at up there. Very cool. So, as you might have guessed, I've had a long-term passion to do the Camino. And Molly loves it, but she really started getting interested in it because I wanted to do it. And and what you really have on the Camino, more than anything, is hours and hours and hours together to talk. And we've been together for a week now, and we've pretty much exhausted most topics. So,
I have decided to use the Camino as an opportunity to begin my campaign to get a cat.
A cat. We have 2 dogs. We're dog people.
Right, we have 2 dogs and a pond of fish. But cats don't like water, so I feel like the fish would be safe. Also, we have a net over the pond, so there's that too.
Yeah. Molly wants a cat. So we've been resistant to this because we have 2 dogs and a bunch of fish already, and jobs and active kids. But she's starting a campaign. We will see how it goes. These underpasses are often decorated. Sometimes it's generic, but look at that. That's really nice. We are, I think, about 4.5 kilometers from Logroño. Both of our feet are killing us. Well, this is our 7th day in a row to walk. It's more the bottom of our feet that just hurt. I mean, we're taking 40,000 steps a day on rocky terrain, and it just takes a toll on the bottom of your feet. They're sore. But that's really our only issue, and we're hoping that it's going to go away soon. We're enjoying this. The only negative is the bottom of our feet. And I think everybody's feeling that. We are entering the province of La Rioja. Ever since we've been in Spain, we've been in the province of Navarra. And now we're entering our second one, La Rioja. We just went over the top of a hill and there's Logroño. It's definitely a sprawling city. We're hoping that's going to play into our favor today. This afternoon, we're going to slack pack to the edge of town and then take a taxi back to our hotel. And then tomorrow morning we'll plan on just taxiing back to the spot where we stopped walking today. We are about to cross this bridge into Logroño. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful town. We are walking in the old part of Logroño. We are in search of some cool stuff. And then probably walk a little bit more because we don't have our backpacks on. Our feet are feeling fresh. Feeling good. We are here in the square of the main church of Logroño. We saw these spires from the other side of the river. Cafes and beautiful square. We're going to kind of walk along the Camino a little bit more. We don't have our packs. Our feet feel pretty good because we rested a couple hours. We're going to get a little bit more done. So we're walking the streets of Logroño. It's about 83, 84 degrees, so got us some ice cream. You can hear there's a live band playing in the background. You are a pretty cat. Buen Camino to you too. That is the Parliament building of La Rioja. We're on the walk out of Logroño, and they have the Camino routed through the middle of a really nice park. So far, I'd say of the different routes we've had out of any city, this is the best. We're just doing a little slack packing to get a few kilometers behind us because tomorrow is going to be a really long day, and now it's going to be more manageable. Tomorrow was like a 29 to Najera. I think we're doing like 4 or 5 of it today. I'm a lot more comfortable with 24 or 25 than I am 29. So tonight in Logroño, we're taking a break from the Camino hotels. And we're staying at the AC Hotel in Logroño on points from Marriott. And look at our room. And the lady at the desk upgraded our room that we're paying nothing for. You can see our progress after 7 days on the blue line in the upper right corner of this map. We'll now turn straight west in our quest for Santiago.
During the day, we experienced vineyard views, perfect pastries, and remarkable ruins. Logroño and Viana were both great places to tour, but we wish we'd had more time in Viana. And more pastries. I guess that's a good reason to do the Camino again. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.